behave in here. We are having a fantastic evening at the moment. Of course, now the talk has turned to NFTs. We're talking about the metaverse, and this session is going to blow your mind. We have one of the main men behind STAR ATLAS. It is a gaming metaverse which has taken over this industry. Everyone's talking about it. We have one of the main men behind that, Michael Wagner, is going to be joined by Jake Brovatsky. Jake, of course, is the man behind the series By Night Plays, which has been viewed more than 4 million times. Jake is going to be hosting this panel and taking us through what is happening at STAR ATLAS, what's happening in this industry, the big news with Facebook yesterday. So, Jake, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. It's over to yourself. And Michael, I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say.
Awesome. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And it's great to be joined by you as well, Michael, to talk about the metaverse. I think this is such a cool concept, but I think it's more of a concept than an actual real tangible thing to a lot of people. So I know we've talked several times on my YouTube channel, On-Chain Gaming, about the future of play to earn and how the blockchain is transforming all of that. But how about you just give us kind of a groundwork here, explain to us what is a metaverse and what is STAR ATLAS in relation to what a metaverse is?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's kind of a constantly evolving topic, I would say. I think we're all still discovering what the metaverse is actually going to become. I'd say in the most simplistic form, it's an alternative digital reality that people have the ability to persist within. So, 3D worlds, virtual worlds, immersive space that people can enter into, they can socialize, they can create experiences, other people can enjoy those experiences. And I think what's going to be very important for the future of the metaverse is the ability to actually, monetize time, kind of create opportunities, be entrepreneurs. That is kind of the economics or the fundamental underpinning of what is going to allow the metaverse to create a new world for people. So in many ways, the metaverse is probably going to be the future of the web, future of internet experience. I think Web 2.0, legacy services, things like shopping online, e-commerce, Amazon.com, as well as maybe getting into the pivot and the rebranding, Facebook, but the future of kind of social media and social interaction, I believe, will be the metaverse. But trying to keep it high level, yes, it's an alternative digital reality, and that people can enter into and live within.
Yeah. So I feel like the concept of a metaverse or another world that we can jump into as people has existed for a long time, even from board games where it's Dungeons and Dragons to some of the first MMOs. How is STAR ATLAS and how is NFT technology and blockchain technology bringing the metaverse to a whole new level that we've never seen before? And talk about how the technology is now allowing your dream of STAR ATLAS to actually become a possibility for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, we're entering into a phase of technology where it can be fully immersive, right? So board games and even video games, what they provide to the player or the user is the ability to entertain themselves, but enter into a state of escapism for a period of time. So getting outside of your everyday life, your normal activities, it allows you to immerse yourself and kind of imagine a different lifestyle per se. So with STAR ATLAS, we're in a very fortunate spot with respect to the pace of technology, in that we're working with Unreal Engine. And so Unreal Engine is still kind of in a beta phase. It's being rolled out, but what it's going to deliver is this hyper realistic cinematic quality environment, right? So the depth of the immersion is just significantly greater. When you enter into the world, you get to select your avatar, you get to fly around space in STAR ATLAS. Our game's all about, and our metaverse is all about space exploration and territory control, political domination. But going beyond that, going to the metaverse component, it's people that might just want to create a shop on a central space station. They might want to operate a fueling station across the universe. They might want to create social experiences like musical events, concerts, right? DJ sets, things like this. You might have an art gallery or a museum built inside the metaverse, and these could even be, close replicas to physical buildings and experiences in reality, but replicated inside the metaverse. And now anybody from around the world, regardless of geographic location, has the ability to enter in and get a chance to experience that. And I think that's incredibly powerful. But where it really differentiates is, once again, the degree and depth of that cinematic quality, where you almost lose sense of what's real and what's digital, right? And so we're kind of entering into this period where those two independent realities are starting to blur the lines and combine into a single experience.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously we know that Star Atlas is a super ambitious project with a great team behind it. But can you share with us some of the most difficult things so far this year that the Star Atlas team has had to overcome, as building a metaverse from scratch has to be a very, very difficult task to try and tackle?
Sure. I mean, we're taking on a ton of new technological challenges. So, let's start with the Unreal Engine component. This is the latest release of Unreal Engine, so there's a lot still to discover, a lot still to learn about any changes in that platform and understand how we can build out, the experiences that we're interested in building inside Unreal Engine. We're also building on blockchain, and we're trying to develop, as much of the game logic and metaverse logic as possible directly on chain. This is something that's never been done before. So it's not as simple as taking a previously executed roadmap that somebody's accomplished in the past and then replicating that with a new concept. We have to discover all of the methods and mechanics that are necessary to build on chain. Now, on top of that, we are building on Solana. Solana has had an enormous year, a very successful year. It's seen a tremendous amount of growth and adoption in projects that are looking to build and innovate on it. But it is also still in an alpha state or beta state, right? And so, there's a lot of obstacles and challenges to overcome there. And it's a very dynamic environment. It's constantly shifting. I tend to liken it to building on quicksand. We might build in a particular direction based on information that we have available today, and then there's a protocol update or protocol change. And there's also, features that we're looking for out of the protocol, out of the layer one, that don't exist today, but they are, in the roadmap for Solana or for teams ancillary to Solana as well. And so it's just this constantly shifting environment, a lot of research and development, a lot of discovery of how exactly we can execute this vision. But it's very, very important for us, and we think it's very empowering for the user, that we integrate this decentralized technology that is blockchain for things like NFTs, which deliver to the player true asset ownership, crypto native tokens, decentralized finance primitives that further empower the player. This is what's going to lead to the true economy, the true, non-walled garden, decentralized economy, for which players can create value and extract value.
Yeah, it's just so cool. And I have created an entire YouTube channel, right, about the future of gaming, because I believe that the blockchain and NFTs are so revolutionary for this entire industry. And one of the most exciting things about it is us players getting real ownership for the very first time. So when I think about the concept of a metaverse, I feel like the Ready Player One Oasis type experience, where you can jump from one game to another and bring maybe one of your NFT weapons that you really like from one game into a different game, and that's what really creates this expansive metaverse. So how does the team at Star Atlas think about the concept of being able to jump from one metaverse to another metaverse and maybe bring your NFT ship possibly into a different metaverse or something like that?
Interoperability between metaverses is, absolutely going to be the future. I state that definitively. We're certainly not there. We're certainly not there with the tech today. Not only from the game engine development, so interoperability between something like Unity and Unreal Engine, all of that. excuse me, sorry about that. All of the mechanics to make that possible aren't well known yet. And then the same thing with different layer 1 protocols. So, bridging assets between Solana and Ethereum and BSC and Terra. These bridges are currently being built. Internally, from our standpoint, we also want to ensure that we maintain a pretty high degree of control over what exists inside Star Atlas from a graphical fidelity and asset standpoint. So we are a bit restrictive on which assets are going to be able to flow between the various environments and the various metaverses that exist out there, and also keep